You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, so you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag, and today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Heart of Amethyst. I am now updated to the current version, so we've got more content to work through. Guys, please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes. Let me entertain you, and let's jump right in. Okay, and... oh, there we go. Alarm chain, you're up. Okay. The brown wolf walks closer, greeting me with a smile. His voice is sweet and calming, same for his overall behavior. Besides, his face is void of any malice as he kneels beside me. Try not... So what kind of accent should I do for him? Try not to move, mate. You got a very bad head injury. He's right. You should try to rest while you can. The other guy spoke. His voice is colder and monotone, as if he was a speaking corpse. Oh, okay, I can do that. Bueller. Who are you? Name's Alman. That guy over there is a callus. Where am I? As I asked, the two of them exchange a worried look, but soon after return their gazes to me. Do you recall what happened? Some details are fuzzy, but I can clearly remember what happened before a jerk dick hit me in the face. Talking about my face? I can't feel it. It's so numb that I don't feel anything at all. It seems that you can at least remember the hit. But I'll ask again. You remember what happened? Dang it, I'm freaking out. What the heck happened to my face? What did they do? Now, give him a break, will ya? He got his ass beat pretty bad. Relax, mate. Your face feels numb because of the medicine we used. Just try to relax, okay? Thank you. He smiles back at me, making my cheeks feel a little warm. I'm not sure which one of those two makes me feel the most uneasy. The extremely cold one or the over-caring other? Alman moves a few steps back, giving me enough space to try my footing. I can at first, but after a few tries I managed to stay up. I tried to steal the cargo, but I got my ass beaten. I catch a callus off guard by answering his question, and he says nothing in response for a brief moment. The weird-looking fox nods as he writes something down on a piece of paper. A weird silence fills the room until Alman gracefully breaks it. So what, Alman? Will he be okay? He's got no brain damage. His face will take a few days to fully heal. But aside from that, nothing major. Any broken bones? I ask as I feel a stinging pain on my right side. I can still remember clearly how hard I hit the ground when I was first punched. That guy really has a strong fist. None, luckily, but I can understand why you would feel pain. Roderick mentioned that he kicked you quite hard, so if you have problems breathing, let me know at once. Huh. So it was a kick. Good to know. Still, thinking back, I really had it coming. I should have never trusted those guys again. They always find a way to get me in trouble, and I'm dumb enough to fall for it. Wait, you didn't answer my first question. Where am I? Sorry about that. We needed to check if you remembered anything. We're on Laguna Fortress, Rose Island. So it was true, but why would the king bring me here? Laguna Fortress is a castle built a few centuries ago. It's situated in the middle of the Great Lake in Rose Island, which is not far from Yagnir. In fewer words, this is the royalty's secondary castle. I'm sure he'll explain it to you. Don't worry, mate. Talking about that, we should let Roderick know that our guest is awake. The king wants to meet with him after all. The mere memory of that black wolf makes me shiver. I was hoping to never see him again. Well, it is kind of late. Wouldn't it be better to wait till tomorrow? How long was I out? Judging by the moon position, it's past midnight. Past midnight? That means I've been here for at least 6 hours. Mr. Biscotti must be worried sick. Shit, I really need to get back to town. There's someone important to me there. Oh, shit. You're not going anywhere, runt. The black wolf enters the room suddenly. It seems as if he was listening to the conversation and waited for the perfect time to make his entrance. Can he walk? His tone of voice seems rather irritated. Can't help but wonder why. Oh, wait. Oh. It seems they moved the save button. That's cool. I like the UI redesign. He can barely move. Maybe try not hitting him. Maybe try not hitting the king's guests next time. He should be a prisoner, if you ask me. Doesn't matter. Get yourself decent, runt. The king wishes to speak with you. He moves a little closer to me, inching his hand to grab my wrist. Luckily for me, Allman intervenes and forces the knight to take a few steps back. "What do you think you are doing?" His response is aggressive and forceful, but the tinier wolf doesn't move an inch, keeping a neutral face at all times. "You need some time. We should wait outside while he gets changed." He gives me a quick, soft smile, then turns around and opens the door for the other two, clearly signaling them to step outside. Yeah. Ehlly shrugs and exits the door, but Roderick sends me a last nasty look before walking away himself. As for Allman, he lingers for a while, clearly wanting to say something. "So, your clothes." He points to a box under the bed, where my shirt and cloak have been neatly folded. "Please, don't take long. See ya." "See ya." As he steps out, he closes the door behind him. Silence soon fills the room. I stand there by myself, not entirely sure how to feel about this whole situation. It's just crazy to think that I would ever be standing in a place like this, but rather than a dream come true, this feels more like a nightmare. Goddesses, what did I get myself into? I walk closer to the box and kneel down beside it. Soon enough, a floral scent hits my nose. It seems like they washed it. I take the shirt and put it on. My cloak is inside the box as well, but I don't think I'll be needing it. I then look around the room. Everything just looks expensive and shiny. Even the material that's not supposed to shine does. The whole place is filled with luxurious decorations and furniture. And let's not forget about the bed. I felt like I was sleeping on a cloud. Excuse me. "Hurry up, runt!" I hear Roderick yelling from the other side of the door. I sigh, feeling unsure if I should actually go out there or just jump through the window. I take a glance outside in case that is an option, but my hopes are soon shot down. I'm currently very far away from the ground. I'm on a tower, a very tall one at that. So, with that option out of the way, I ready myself to open the door. My palms are sweating, and I can notice how my breathing is speeding up. I'm diving into the unknown, and I'm scared. "Please, Mom, protect me," I say to myself, finally grabbing the handle and opening the door. Once outside, I'm met by the cool breeze of the night. Ehlly and Allman are nowhere to be seen, which unfortunately leaves me by myself with the huge angry wolf, whom is leaning on a pillar, his eyes locked on the distant city which can be seen from here. "Took you long enough. It's this way. Don't fall behind." He turns around, giving his back to me and heading towards the end of the hallway, not saying another word. His tone is still cold and distant, but it's not hateful and furious anymore. I wonder if something happened. Either way, I follow him through the many hallways of the castle. He told me to keep up the pace, but I can't help but be a little curious about this place. Everything is new to me. I've never been to a palace after all. Taking a look around as we walk, I can see a few candles lighting the corridors. There are also some banners and fancy-looking portraits hanging from the wall. On them, I can see paintings of landscapes and wolves wearing fancy-looking costumes. The royal family, I presume. There's a specific portrait that catches my eye. In it, you can see the old king, who must be in his 50s or 40s. Accompanying him are two young teenage wolves, I'm guessing his two sons. There are many rumors surrounding them, as nobody knows for sure what happened to them. "Runt! Hurry up!" I hear Roderick yelling from the end of the hallway. I take a last glance to the portrait before heading his way. After many more steps, we finally reach a very big wooden door. He stops so suddenly that I end up bumping into him. Yet he doesn't budge an inch. Is this guy really a canine? He could be a bear in disguise, if you ask me. Scary animals, I tell you. Mr. Biscotti and I got attacked by one once. "The king is waiting for you outside. Try anything, and this time I won't hesitate. Understood?" I nod, not wanting to get on his bad side, or not more than I already am. He says nothing else afterwards, pushing the door open for me and standing still by the entrance. The first thought that comes to my mind as I see the room behind the door is huge. This place is ridiculously enormous. There are row after row of pillars on each side, many windows, and a huge red carpet leading to a throne? It's very big and nicely decorated chair, but aside from that, it's just a glorified seat. The king is currently sitting on it, looking as old as always, no surprise there. "Come closer, boy." I do as he requests, walking a few steps closer to the throne. Maybe I should do do like a Cain. Oh yeah. Yeah, a Cain from Diablo. "Stay a while and listen." This room is very spacious, so it takes me like 30 seconds to actually reach his side. "Impressed? You should see the throne room at the royal castle. That one is 10 times bigger." Up close, I can finally notice how tiny he looks sitting on his huge chair. His legs don't actually reach the ground, yet he sits straight up and tries to look as imposing as physically possible for him. His body language doesn't match his tone because he's speaking very casually to me, like I was his long-lost grandson. Or that's the vibe he gives me. Still, I can't help but feel uneasy. I'm not sure how to address this man. I don't want to seem disrespectful. Should I kneel? Better safe than sorry. I decide to lean on my knee and bow in front of him, looking straight to the ground as I do so. That's not really necessary, my boy. Please, stand up. Yes, my king. I stutter in my words as I stand up. I don't like the idea of talking to him like this, not after what I did. I appreciate that he didn't kill me, but somehow it just feels wrong that he's this calmed about it. Don't be so tense, boy. I just wish to have a casual conversation with you. I was actually planning on inviting you for dinner, but you were asleep for longer than I expected. If by sleep you mean unconscious, then yeah, I guess that's fair. I'm not sure of what to say, so I just listen to him talk. May I know your name? I'm sure you must be tired of me calling you boy all the time. Ehlly, sir, that's my name. He places his hand on his gray beard. I can't really tell by his expression, but it seems like he's lost in thought. Good man. I stare at him a little too long, and eventually our eyes meet. I look away immediately, both in shame and fear. He sighs to that, but his smile never leaves his face. Are you sorry for what you did, Ehlly? Ehlly. I keep saying Ehlly, because that's how it looks like it's spelled. The question catches me off guard. I can feel the shame eating me from the inside, making me feel like that time when I got arrested. Shit, I just keep messing up. Why can't I do anything right? I am, sir. I really am. It takes me a moment to actually formulate the right words. The explosive. I didn't know, that it would be so big. They didn't tell me it would be that large. I'm trying not to make excuses, I swear. I really didn't know. I begin to get worked up, but he calms me down by raising his hand and signals me to slow down. It's okay, it's okay. Don't fret, Ehlly. I can see that your heart is in the right place. If nothing, it's my fault as a king that such a young soul ended up like this. As he says that, the old man looks legitimately angry, to the point that I can notice him gripping his cane harder. It takes him a moment to recover his calm demeanor, but as soon as he does, his smile returns to his face. How old are you, my boy? I'm 21, sir. Not technically true, but I'm just 1 week away from my birthday, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And are your companions as young as you? Companions? Yes, you mentioned that someone didn't tell you about how big the bomb was. Will you tell me who they are? Damn it, I let that slip. He confused me with all that nice talk, and now he has me right where he wants me. The old man is playing his part as a good guard perfectly, luring me to believe I was safe with him. Has this been a trick from the start? Will he just kill me once he gets the information he needs? Would he do that, though? Is this man that kind of person? Oh, crap, I didn't know. I've never been in a situation like this. Maybe I should just tell him all he needs to know. Maybe he'll be merciful if I spill the beans. But should I really do that? Am I really going to betray them like this? I mean, this might save my neck, and they are not exactly my friends. But being a dirty snitch just feels wrong. I don't know, sir. They hired me because I'm good at picking locks, but have no connection to them. The king remains quiet, as he seems to be pondering my words. My palms are sweating, and I'm pretty sure I must be shaking. All right, one last question before we continue. Roderick insisted that I asked you this. How did you acquire such a big explosive? Did your people strike a deal with someone? Anything you can tell me is welcomed. It figures that it would look suspicious for some street no-ones to own such a dangerous weapon, but what led him to believe there was a third party involved? Gee, now I also want to know whom this benefactor was. Sadly, this time I can't tell him anything, even if I wanted to. I'm actually not sure, sir. They said they got it from a guy, but they never mentioned a name or even a race. This time I try to be as truthful as I can, leaving all the details about the gang out of it, of course. Those jerks better thank me properly if I make it out of this alive. Alright then, the serious talk is over. Walk with me, Ehlly. The king throws his crown at me and I barely catch it. Is he crazy? Is this thing worth like 1,000,000 Andras? He just nods and smiles before standing up. Good catch. You have excellent reflexes, my boy. Thank you? I reluctantly place the crown on the ground and keep an eye on the old man's movements in case he wants me to throw something out, in case he wants to throw something else at me. But he doesn't. Nope, hold on. But he doesn't. Instead, he just moves past me, walking to the other side of the hall. So I follow. Why don't you tell me a bit about yourself, Ehlly? He looks back at me expectantly, making me feel even more nervous than before, as he now wants me to do the talking. I, well, I don't know what to say, sir. I just enjoy reading.
Oh, you do? That's wonderful, my boy. Books are so interesting, aren't they?
I guess so. Is this man for real? What the hell do you want from me, old man? Get to the point!
Have you read the Holy Scriptures? I suppose none of the young ones don't really care about them much, but I think we should all read them at least once in our life.
I have read them, sir. I half lied again. I mean, I've glanced through them, but I've never been truly interested in our Savior's words and teachings. I guess I still believe in what my mother told me, even if the rest of the world seems to be oblivious about the existence of the apostle.
Where do you hail from, Ehlly? You're not from Yagnir, are you?
I'm from a no-name village to the southwest.
I see. You've come from far away, then. Have you enjoyed your stay in the city?
I fake a smile, trying to make it look as genuine as possible. If you knew all the awful things that your shithead guards do, I'm sure that beard of yours would fall off. But I'll refrain. It's probably not the best moment to trash talk about that, at least not in front of the king himself. To some extent, yes, it's been interesting.
There's no real need to lie, boy. I've been surrounded by scheming snakes for longer than I like to admit. I know how to recognize a fake smile when I see one. Besides, I know the situation in the town isn't the best.
Even as he said that, his smile returned to his face, as if he found the whole thing amusing. That makes me angry, because I can't help but think about all the people that suffer daily because of this jerk's incompetence. I grip my fists and give him a nasty look, but he returns a smile instead.
Yes, I know what you're thinking. Why haven't I done anything, correct?
If you always knew, then why? Why do you let them suffer like that? Do you know how hard it is to make it to the end of the day? The clock takes life away. The people struggle, and all you guys do is sit on your asses in your expensive chairs. I let my anger get the best of me. I clearly stepped out of line, but screw it. It's so frustrating to see him laughing about it when hundreds suffer. The man remains quiet, but as I stop my rumbling, a sad smile crosses his face.
Because I can't. Sadly, this is not my kingdom anymore. I've outgrown my responsibilities. And now I'm just a useless old man.
His answer takes me by surprise. He's not mad at me for yelling, he just seems angry at himself.
But you, my boy, you're the ray of hope I've been looking for years. I'm sure that the goddess has brought you to me with purpose.
He looks to the sky through one of the windows. He's still smiling. Me, on the other hand, I'm as confused as ever. What does that mean?
Ah, let an old man have his secrets. I'm sure he'll find out in due time.
He says nothing after that, and we just stand there in silence. He looks outside while I look at him, trying to process what he just told me. But as hard as I try to think of a reason, I can't find any.
Ehlly, tell me, are you aware of what happened to my sons?
I tilt my head, unsure of what to say. I merely know the rumors. Supposedly, they went on a trip to the border of the territory, and as they passed by the mountains, they got attacked. One of the king's sons was murdered, and the other ended up injured. Truthfully, nothing has ever been confirmed. I just know they got attacked, but nothing else.
It was about 26 years ago, my boy. My second grandkid had just been born, and his father, my older child, had to go with his brother to a political meeting. I can still remember the look on his face. He was rather worried as he had to leave his little baby at my care. Same for my younger son. He left me his kid as well.
Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Ooh, I like the world building here, and we're getting to know the king. I already like the king already. Roderick has got to prove himself a bit more, because that was a sucker punch. Yeah, come on, man. Don't do that. That's cheap. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or a tip if you can. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!